That's not enough. All right, I finally got caught up. I ended up satin stitching this roof instead of doing a brick stitch because my fingers are so sore right now. I just couldn't punch my needle that many more times. So it is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on today because I feel like yesterday was a little bit shadowy. All right, so we are going to work on our church today. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Whoa, it's very bright to me. All right, let me find my threads. I am like deep in Christmas on my desk. There is the biggest mess of thread and hoops and all kinds of things on my desk right now. Okay. So, let me get my colors out here. All right, so I have the house, the church as white, and then the roof as gray. I am going to keep that. So that's what shows on the pattern. Sometimes I change things after I have made a pattern when I get stitching. Where are my scissors? Okay, so we're gonna do the front of our church and then part of like the steeple. We are going to do a split stitch today. Normally when I do a split stitch, I do less strands, but I want it to be, since they're right next to each other, I want the thickness to be the same or similar. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep with my 6 strands, since these are 6 strands. So if you use less here, you can use less here. But whatever you have is what will work. Okay, so a split stitch is, I'm trying to decide where I want to start. Let's just start down here. Okay, so a split stitch is similar to a back stitch, but not quite. So I'm going to try and keep these lines parallel. I'm trying to decide where I want to go down. Hold on. Okay. I am having a hard time getting everything where I want it to be for me to stitch. Okay. So I'm going to go like every other line. So this line is going to be straight across, and then this next one is going to be, I'm just going to go down most of the way. So a split stitch is you come up. Oh, let's see. Let me pull this through. Hold on. I have way too much thread. Oh my gosh. I pulled out too much thread. Okay. So then when we come up, we're going to come up inside this stitch that we just made to kind of split it open, just to create some texture for this. I'm thinking of it as like stucco or something similar. So we just want to give it some texture. So what I'm going to do is, since this space is so small, I'm going to do one regular stitch and then the next one I'll split. Let me zoom in. When you use all 6 strands, do you just thread the needle or do you divide them and then thread the needle? Jana, yes, 6 strands. dye, I do not split them, but you totally can. And yes, I was just going to zoom in. You can split them so you have like 3 and then double it over. I don't have a problem with 6 strands in my needle, and I prefer to have a tail, so I don't split them, but you can. That's totally personal preference. Okay, so I did that little stitch and then I'm coming up in the middle of it and splitting it and then finishing that stitch. So this area is a little bit small for this, but once we get up past these doors, it will be better. You're welcome. Okay, so I'm not going down all the way at the end. I'm going down part of the way. So I'm like really close to the end, but I just don't want to do 2 stitches in that same spot because it will make it like really thick. So then I'll come up just in the middle. And it's meant to be kind of random. So I'm not worrying about like that I'm coming up right in the middle or to one of the sides. I'm just coming up wherever I feel like it. This keeps wrapping around. Oh my goodness. Thread does not like me today. Sorry, dumb question. How can I remove the comments and it's showing people joining? I can't see. I don't know. I feel like there used to be a way. I'll just move this up. Does that help if I move it up a little? I feel like you used to be able to swipe left or right and they would go away. Maybe you can and I can't because I am the one with the live video. But if you're touching the comments and you swipe left or swipe right, they should disappear. I think I can't because I'm the one hosting the live. Okay, I'm almost past these doors and then this will be better. Okay. All right, so split stitch is a little bit easier when you have more space. So I'm gonna do stitches about this same length. So I'm gonna just stop here. And then I'm gonna come up inside that stitch. And then I want my stitch lengths to be the same. So like from here to here, it's gonna be the same from here over. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna come up in the middle of this. And then go down a stitch length away. So you could also do it backwards and you could come up here and go down to split it if you want to. I personally like going up in the strands instead of down, so, but you can do it the other way if you want to. Gotta make this a little bit straighter. Okay, so there is our first line, and then we're just gonna do the same thing, oh my gosh, on the next row. So I wanna make sure it doesn't stay too uniformed, so I try not to split the same on the next row up. So when I come up, I am not very good at random, so I kind of have to make a plan with what I'm doing. So I'm gonna come up right here because there's not an up right there, like on the row below it. Does that make sense? But if you're better at random, then just go ahead. So I'm gonna go down where I split it before. So I'm gonna go down right here because then I'll split it in the middle here and there won't be a split right below it. What type of pen do you use to draw on the fabric? I use the Pilot Friction markers, but I also like their pens. I have a highlight with supplies that has a link to Amazon with them, but they're heat erasable. There's a highlight called Supplies, and I have the pens and markers in there if you want to take a look at that. You're welcome. Okay. Whoops. So I think I'll just work my way up to the top of this peak and then I'll let you go on your own. So we're just gonna do the same thing for this front part, minus the doors and minus the window, and then right here in this square, and then this whole side minus the windows. And then we'll do the roof and the steeple tomorrow. So if you have other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna stitch this. I think my plan is to stitch all the way to the top and then I'll work my way down over here and then I'll work on the side is how I think I will tackle this church. Can you say that again? Oh yeah, so we're gonna stitch this front part. So right here, this triangle and the square in the front, minus the doors and minus the window. And then this square here will be white. And then this side, the rectangle, minus the windows. So I'm gonna stitch, I stitch this side, I'm gonna stitch all the way up to this peak, and then I'll come back down and stitch this side of the door, and then I'll work my way over to the side of the church. That's my direction I'm planning. You're welcome. A sick kiddo home today, so if you can hear the TV, I think it's down low enough that you can't, but down. Oh, and we've got cats on the table. Thanks, Gemma. Leo. Stinking cats on the tables. Okay, out, Gemma. I don't know how to keep the cats off the table. They drive me crazy. Spray bottle. They don't mind a spray bottle. It doesn't stop them from doing things, but we found out when we were cleaning leaves out of the yard, they don't like the leaf blower. I don't know if it's the sound or the air, but we have a little mini leaf blower, and so I'll blow air at them and that will get them down. And now, like, even if I just push the button to like turn it on, they'll get off, but it doesn't stop them. Like, they're still like, it doesn't stop them from getting up. It'll just make them get down. I just don't want them to do it at all. But they like water. They're little weirdos. Get them their own hoop to stitch, then the cats will leave you alone. On the other side of the door, when you came up through the stitch, where did you go back down? I came up in the middle and I just went down next to the door. So I did a stitch like from the edge to almost the edge, and then I came up in the middle and went down by the door. Does that make sense? Start here, end here, come up here, end here. So like I'm doing now, but I just did the 2 tiny stitches. You're welcome. Oh my goodness. I've got a knot back here. Okay, there we go. I'm not sure why I drew a line here, because I am just going to stitch right past that. I'm not going to do anything different right there. I ordered a bunch of stuff on like Black Friday for Christmas, and it started arriving today. Does anyone else get so annoyed with boxes? Like, we got the biggest box with 1 item in it, and it is like a huge box. I'm like, thank you, Target. The cats like it though. They love when we have boxes. They nap in them. I have a couple more things being delivered, but I think I just have to buy like stocking stuffers. I think I'm done. I try really hard to be done with the majority of Christmas shopping before the 1st, so that then we can do stuff. I have a friend of mine is doing like themed nights, like Christmas movie nights. So they're gonna like watch the Polar Express, and then for dinner they'll have like she's calling it like campfire chili or something. Do you remember when he's up on top of the train and there's that guy up there like cooking chili over a fire? So they have chili for dinner and then they have hot chocolate, and anyways, it's like a whole themed night with the Polar Express. And then they'll watch like Elf, and they'll eat spaghetti and meatballs, hold the maple syrup, and then they make gingerbread houses and eat candy and watch the movie and stuff like that. I thought, oh my gosh, that would be so fun. So I think we might there was like 10 different movies that she has cards for. I don't know if she found them or if she made them, but they are super cute. So I think I'm going to do some of those like themed dinner nights and then watch a Christmas movie. I think it will be really fun. I think there was like, for Home Alone, it was like cheese pizza and then like a giant sundae, like make ice cream sundaes. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is just too perfect. Or mac and cheese or pizza. There was like options, like you could do like cheese pizza, and like individual cheese pizzas and macaroni and cheese. I don't know. It sounds just silly enough to be like cute and fun. So once we're done with these houses, we're going to outline them. So I'm not super worried that this is like white on white. We're going to outline it with the really light gray. So it'll stand out a little against that white. So if you're feeling concerned, don't be. I forget how much thread this uses. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing when we come across like little spots that have things. So we're just gonna stitch right around this window. And I think I'm just gonna do similar to what I did over on the edge. I'm just gonna go down kind of close to the edge, but not quite the edge, and just do these 2 stitches so it keeps that texture. But I'm not trying to fit in like 3 stitches. And then this next one, oops, sorry, things are falling. And then this next one, I'm just gonna do a single stitch and not split it at all. So I'll just do that on every other one. Just because this space is a little small. Let's see. Can't get my needle to go down where I want it. My fingers are so sore right now. It's hard to push that needle through. I need to get a thimble out. Okay. Oh, my fingers are getting too sore. They need a break in a minute. Almost to the top. And then once I get to the top, I probably won't split. I won't split the stitches. I'll just stitch it. Oh, there we go. This might be my last one I'm gonna split. Maybe I'll do 2 more. We'll see how far this gets me up. Finally got started on this one. It's so cute. Oh, thanks. I'm excited. I'm excited for it to be done. I like when we, not that I'm excited to be done, but like I love a finished project. I'm super excited for trees. I always love when I get to start adding green. I don't know what it is about like adding greenery, but it always like just pulls it all together for me. Oh my gosh. My fingers. Okay. Okay. Could you do this on Ada? I have never tried other fabrics. What count linen is it? You could do it on Ada, but I would imagine trying to do, I'm gonna tell you because I've done a house with split stitch on Ada and it will hurt your fingers. Like my fingers were bruised for so long. I had to like take a break for a week. You could do it, you could definitely do it on Ada. Transferring a pattern like this onto Ada, you would want to use like the sticky solvy or like a transfer paper so that you could transfer the pattern because you won't be able to see through it to trace it from behind. This linen doesn't have a count. These aren't square. They're more rectangular, the stitches or the weave of it. So it doesn't have a count. But you could even do it on like a 28 count Ada or something like that, or a 28 count linen. So you still have like that grid. I'm excited and nervous to do the deer and Santa's sleigh. Oh yeah, details. The good thing, here's the thing. We're using black thread for that. And black covers up mistakes so much. Okay. I think I'm gonna call that done. Just because my thumb is so sore. But so finish this, and this square. But yeah, don't worry. We're only gonna use 2 strands and black covers up all problems, so don't worry about it. Okay, so finish doing your split stitch and then we will come back tomorrow and do the roof. We're gonna do something different than the brick stitch, so get ready for that. And then Friday we've got doors and windows and we will have our buildings and we'll do like details and stuff. So we will be done with buildings on Friday and then next week we'll do all of like the rest of the scenery. So thanks for coming. I'm excited to see them. I'm gonna get my thimble out and finish this. I just don't know where it is. So anyways, have a good rest of your day and I will see you back tomorrow. Bye.